In a quiet village tucked between emerald hills and winding rivers, there lived a humble cobbler named Arun. His days were simple, mending shoes, sharing laughter with neighbors, and watching the sun paint golden streaks across the sky as evening fell. He had little in terms of wealth, but his heart overflowed with kindness. Every morning, he would step outside, sweep the dust from his doorstep, and greet each passerby with a genuine smile. One day, as Arun worked, a wealthy merchant approached, his shoes caked with mud and worn thin. The merchant was known for his sharp tongue and harder heart, seldom offering a kind word. He tossed his shoes to Arun and barked, "Fix these by sundown. I'll pay what's fair." Without hesitation, Arun nodded, assuring the man he'd do his best. As he worked, Arun noticed a tear in the merchant's purse, coins spilling with every step. Quietly, Arun gathered the fallen coins, repaired the purse with the same care he gave to his work, and placed the coins back inside. When the merchant returned, Arun presented the polished shoes and the mended purse. The merchant, surprised, asked, "Why did you bother? I would not have noticed the lost coins." Arun smiled, replying, "A person's wealth is not measured by gold, but by honesty and goodwill. What is lost unjustly brings no peace." The merchant scoffed, tossed a few coins at Arun, and left. Days turned into weeks, and a terrible storm swept through the village. Crops wilted, homes flooded, and despair seeped into every corner. The merchant, whose riches had always protected him, found his warehouses destroyed and his gold lost to the rising waters. He wandered the muddy streets, desperate for help, but those he had wronged turned away. Arun, too, had lost his modest home, but he had something the merchant did not: the trust and warmth of his neighbors. Together, they rebuilt their homes, sharing food and hope. Arun opened his small workshop to all, repairing shoes for free and comforting those in need. His kindness, once given freely, now returned to him 100-fold. One afternoon, the merchant, weary and humbled, approached Arun. "I have nothing," he whispered, "and no one will help me. All my riches are gone." Arun invited him to sit, offered him bread, and listened to his sorrow. "Wealth comes and goes," Arun said gently, "but the seeds of kindness you plant will bear fruit when you need it most." The merchant, moved by Arun's compassion, stayed with the cobbler and learned to mend shoes. As time passed, he understood the true meaning of karma, that every action, no matter how small, ripples through the lives of others and eventually returns. He began to treat customers with respect, shared his earnings, and lent a hand to those in need. Years later, the village thrived once more. Arun's humble workshop had grown into a bustling gathering place filled with laughter and stories. The merchant, once feared, was now beloved for his generosity and wisdom. When asked what had changed his heart, he would tell the story of Arun, the cobbler who taught him that what you give to the world gives back. In life, karma is not a distant fate, but a reflection of our everyday choices. With each word, each gesture, we shape not only our own destiny, but the world we live in. When you plant seeds of kindness, honesty, and compassion, you create a garden where everyone can grow. Remember, the smallest act of goodness can change a life, and sometimes it can change the world.